friends, it's me, Karen Valentine. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a techie video for you in preparation for the next color along and tutorial that I'm going to be doing on how to color sheer fabric. And this image is by 0073.uv. You can get her images only by being a Patreon subscriber, but it's totally worth it. She's currently my most favorite coloring artist to date. So I'm really enjoying doing her pages. But when I was getting ready to print this page, I noticed that there were some things about it that I wanted to change. And so I wanted to find a way for you guys, an easy way for you guys to make those changes as well so that you could color along and do the same thing that I am doing to the page. And so I'm going to be using a free app called Snapseed. You can get that in your app store, and it works for any device, whether it's an Android or an Apple product, a phone or tablet. It's all works the same. So for those of you who don't have a photo editing program on your computer and you just download to your device and then print, this is going to be an awesome app for you to have. I did do a much longer video on lots of different ways that you could do this a few months ago, but this is a little reminder video, and we're just going to be focusing on this one app and what you can do to make some of those changes to the page. So when I'm going to be, you're probably noticing, I mean, this is like a, I don't even know what it's called. It's like a cool stylus pen that you can use on mobile devices like this, anything with the touch screen. This is a cheap freebie pen one that I have, but I will put a link to a really inexpensive one down in the description box for you if you would like to try it. It's awesome for getting precision when you are doing work on a tablet, and also if you have fingernails, this will give you, you'll be happy. You'll be happy if you get one of these. I really use mine a lot when I'm doing any kind of design work on my tablet. So anyway, back to the image. So when this image was downloaded, I noticed that there were some things on it that it looks like the artist might have overlooked before she put this out on her page. And mistakes happen. It's totally fine. But I'm going to show you how to remove them. So there's this little weird line here that I don't think belongs, and some little lines there that I don't think belong. And so there's a really easy method. If the lines are dark, it's going to take a couple of times of doing this, but the app is free and it really takes no time at all. So that is what we're going to do. So you're going to start, after you've obviously downloaded the image on your tablet or phone, you're going to go to Tools, and you're going to click on Brush, and then Exposure. And the exposure you can decrease. If it's 0.3, that's the smallest amount of lightening that you're going to get. You can increase it to 0.7 and increase it to 1.0. That's the highest amount of lightening or removal of color that you're going to get. So I'm going to leave it at the 1.0. And then all you do is run your stylus over the areas that you want to go away. Now, in this case, because the line is pretty heavy, it's going to take a few times. Exposure 1.0. We're going to go over it again, and one more time. Brush, exposure. I think I didn't 1.0. And so now the lines that you don't want are gone. There's another little one right here that I'll go over. Now, the cool thing about this as well is that if there, it doesn't just work for removing a line or something that you don't want. It also works for lightening anything that you don't want to be as dark. So for example, her face here, let's say you feel like you don't want her cheeks to have all of that coloring, or her eyes, or any of the shading. Sometimes we want a little bit less of that because we want a little bit more creative freedom to add that shading in ourselves. And so then all you have to do then is, and in this case, I think I'm going to go to the 0.7. All you have to do is do that, and then touch the areas that you want to be lighter, and they magically just get lighter. It's so, so cool. So now her face has a lot less of that dark shading on it, and it gives you that freedom to shade it the way you want to. And then you just click the little X, and then you can export that. I would, in order to save your original as it is, you can either save a copy or export it. And now you have two copies, one that was edited and one that was not edited, and you can print your edited version, and now you have a page that's all ready to go. So when we do our color along on that page, let me zoom out here. All I did was extend the line a little bit for her veil and drew in some of the branch so that it was kind of continued down here on both sides, and drew in some hair just very lightly. It doesn't have to be major because we're going to be doing a veil, and it doesn't have to be perfect. So don't freak out and think that you can't do this, because I know you can. So that's what we're going to do on that page. But I also want to show you a couple of other things that you can do with this app that is really, really cool. So I wanted to show you how cool this app is for doing things with grayscale images. So I know a lot of you are really intimidated by the really dark, true grayscale images, and I totally get it. You've asked, how am I supposed to color something when it's already so dark and black? And if you're not comfortable in doing that, this is a perfect way to fix that. So you're going to do it just like we did before. So brush, exposure, and if we increase that exposure a little bit, let's just say, because everything else on this page is kind of okay, but the crows are pretty darn dark. So all you're going to do is just lighten them, just like that. Done. Yeah. It's just so cool. And you can just selectively lighten anything on this page that you feel like it's just too dark. And you can do that with any grayscale page. Okay, I'm going to zoom out. Let's see, if we go, I'm going to export this one, export. Let's open up, let's do another one. Open albums, recents. Let's do this one. Okay, so this is another grayscale coloring page, Fantasy and Fae by Erin Ewer. So I'm going to show you now how to lighten up the whole entire page on this, and it's really easy. It's just, let me just back up because I feel like I'm going too fast. So you're going to go to your tools again, go to Tune Image, only this time we're going to do brightness. And when you go to Tune Image, it's automatically in brightness. But if you want to see what other things that you can change here, like for example, I'm just curious, I want to see. So there's warmth. There you go. You want a sepia coloring page? You now have a sepia coloring page. Love it. Let me go back. Oh, back. There we go. Okay, so to lighten it, we're going to go brightness. And then at the top of the page, you're just going to lighten that page. And you can lighten it as light, and I mean, you could go all the way super duper bright, which you probably don't need, but there's where it was. And you can lighten it up to whatever lightness you feel comfortable coloring. And honestly, to me, it looks like there's still plenty of detail in here for you to see where you need to add your, you know, so you can get your details and see where you need to add stuff. So export. So there you go. That is another thing that you can do with this app for grayscale pages that I think you guys will really enjoy using, and it's free. So I know I've said that before, but it's, you know, it's not often that really awesome apps are available for free. So there you go. There's ways that you can lighten your pages before you print, and also remove any unwanted elements from a page before you print. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys found this helpful, if you download the app and you try it and you're like, oh my God, this is awesome, come and leave me a comment. Let me know. I would love to hear how it worked for you. So thank you so much for joining me. Until I see you guys for the next color along, which is going to be this lovely page by 0073.uv. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and happy coloring. Bye.